Hi, I'm Sudarshan, the founder of PiCircle and Clash of Pi. If you're a high school student, you probably think getting great at math is really hard. And who can blame you? There's a big jump in math when you get to high school. But we've run our algorithms on millions of student answers taken under exam conditions, and we've got a few key insights that I'd like to share with you today. For example, I'm sure you've all heard of the binomial theorem for positive integers. It goes something like this: x plus y to the n is x to the n plus nc1 times x to the n minus 1y, and so on till y to the n. We asked hundreds of students to prove the binomial theorem. Most of them attempted a proof using a technique called mathematical induction, and it took them on average 12 minutes to get the proof right. Remember that number, 12 minutes. Very few of them, less than 5% of them, used another technique to prove it, and they got to the correct answer in 3 minutes. So they were able to save 9 minutes on a proof of the binomial theorem under exam conditions. Now, what is this advanced technique they used? Well, it's something really cool from 3rd grade. You've probably heard of it. It's called multiplication. Don't believe me? Let's take a look at this. We know that x plus y to the n is just x plus y times x plus y and so on n times. Now, how do I get the first term, x to the n? To get the first term, I need to pick x from each of these brackets. So think of these brackets as cups, and inside each cup you've got an x and you've got a y. So to get the x to the n term, I need to pick x from all these brackets. I can do this obviously in just one way. I pick x from this bracket, this bracket, this bracket, and so on. Now, how do I find the second term? How do I get the x to the n minus 1 term? I need to pick x in n minus 1 of these brackets and y in the other bracket. Now, how many ways can I do this? To pick y from one out of these n brackets, I can do this in nc1 ways. And the term I'm left with is nc1 times y times x to the n minus 1. Similarly, how do I get the y squared times x to the n minus 2 term? I need to choose y in two of these brackets, and that can be done in nc2 ways. And in all the other brackets, I pick x. So I'm left with nc2 times x to the n minus 2 times y squared, and so on. So if I'm looking at a general term of x to the k times y to the n minus k, how many ways can I do that? I need to pick x in k of these brackets, and that can be done in nck ways. And in the remaining n minus k brackets, I need to pick y in all of them, and that can be done in just one way. So I'm left with the general term nck times x to the k times y to the n minus k. Now, students who thought of this very simple but intuitive proof saved 9 minutes under exam conditions. Now, that's 9 minutes they could have used to check their other answers or to spend on more difficult problems. Now, this is just one small example, but we've analyzed at PiCircle 300,000 students' performance and 30 million student answers under exam conditions, and all the data points in one direction. And the best students aren't just applying the same techniques as the others in a better way. They're applying fundamentally better techniques, and that's helping them gain a competitive advantage in exams. It's really competitive out there, and now is no time to waste on poor technique. Let's get ahead.